We are back. Man, I think it's the first time this game's crashed on me. Fortunately, we have to do this whole section again. So I'll probably stream for about 1 more hour. We might just conclude it when we finish this quest here.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city. That woman from downstairs is still in the cafeteria.
That scientist? The one who's been pounding the clerks? Ooh, gives me...
Shh.
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. Some UDL officers took him into custody.
Oh, law, what did they take him for?
UDL's been questioning anybody with possible connections to Phineas Wells. And, well, Tillman is on.
Get out of my way. Alright, that was quick.
No,
It's okay.
like I said, I don't know how you got... What? Oh no. You must... Please.
It's just a tiny little room. Okay, they should be leaving their post any second now. There we go.
I won't tell.
You don't see anything.
It's done.
I guess that would have been the other way to do it. Just try to manage to sneak in somehow to this place and then get that security card. This one might be pretty good. I'm kind of surprised that one was locked. I guess that's meant to be the stealth way.
Yeah, huh? Something on your mind?
Darn, I was calling it this time. So I decided we'll just reset this for a while, but I think I'm gonna go for a trophy here, which requires me to use all 3 dialogue things and get through it. All dialogue checks. So, hey, Dr. Wells. Oh, initially did. So Wells must have worked for the UDL previously. Tetraborate ethanol, not toasted dinner roll. Maybe it is toasted dinner roll. Powers that be are demanding results. I have submitted my catalog of dead sprats. I didn't realize it was possible to run out of sprats. Which genius left a new shipment of sprats in the kitchen? Still attempting to complete Wells's formula. Still going to a dozen sprats a week. We've got a lot of work ahead of us if this is even going to be effective at reviving people from long-term hibernation.
Let the record show that subject 23K's cause of death is cerebral vascular incident brought about by a ruptured aneurysm.
That's an 86% failure rate for this batch. I think we can safely move on to the next.
And I had such high hopes for this one. Oh well, I suppose it could have been worse.
Yeah, they could have ended up like those poor bastards in containment.
Well, I'm lucky that... How am I still maintaining my disguise?
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That failed spectacularly.
I saw a variance in the results.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why. Is it UDL guys that it must be the UDL guys that I'm trying to be disguised but yeah, that would make sense. Because the scientists don't know who I am. Yeah, those are the ones I need to be worried about.
What? So, I'm gonna take a look. Mind playing tricks on me.
Nice going. Nice and easy.
Where does that go? Yeah, it seems a good one to use.
What was that?
Saw nothing.
Huh. Nothing there.
Where does this go? Suppose it goes to that one. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. Yep, this barred door right here. So, have a couple different options.
Keep your eyes out for dissidents.
Seems to be the most optimal route through here. Not in front of us, but the other way. Can pass all the speech checks though if necessary. So I'm just going to push through here. Alright, let's get our hacking up. Okay, hack. And then stealth skills, that might be enough. Nope, not quite. Alright, well, hacking. Intelligence. Let's just increase mind attributes.
Something's not right. Hold it right there.
Oh.
No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm gonna need to see some identification. Let me guess. She's still holding the catch-up packet incident over Holt's head. We've talked to her before. She can't keep letting her special friends down. Believe me. Just get out of here. Hey!
Close that door. Damn it! $941. I think there was a save as soon as I convinced him, so. Shoot, I wouldn't have had to use up a...
I can take a hint.
Oh,
Better
shoot.
take a
No,
look. Not so fast.
no, hold on. I figured this was after we convinced him, but it was before.
thought I saw something.
You didn't see shit. Hopefully that's good enough. He's probably gonna see me though.
Lawbreaker.
Yep. Just gotta move back slowly. Just think though, if I would have closed the door on the way in, it wouldn't have been an issue.
I'll keep it down. Okay.
Oof. That was close. UDL security scoop. Subjects are from various locations around house found undisplayed any behavioral anomalies or homicidal tendencies. We tested revivifying formula number 132 on them, and with high concentrations of adrenotime, and they began exhibiting hyperaggression. Whatever you do, do not open the cells. Well, that just means if they go into that. Oh, they're actually people. Shit.
Something's not right. I'm gonna go have a look.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
I don't want to die! Take him down! Bring him down!
There, Mr.
Holy cow, dude. They weren't kidding. Come on, I'm on your side. I'm trying to kill these dudes. Oh my gosh, dude. This is insane. Did any of them actually survive? Well, I'm not gonna unleash them, because this is not the evil playthrough. It's a little bit extreme there. Dude, those things are tough. Test subjects, man. It took so much ammunition.
Okay, keep him quiet.
Something's not right. I saw that.
Look out! Huh.
Alright, yeah, so we have to avoid him.
Thought I saw something.
Alright. It's probably not enough. You're just gotta have to move. Like, be ready to move as soon as it finishes loading in. See if I can just back out of it instead of turning the camera. I'll turn the camera a little bit, but I'm mostly just gonna back out and do my best to not get hung up on the geometry.
I'll keep it down.
Here we go. You heard nothing. Go! They've explored basically the whole section. Okay, I'm gonna...
No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm gonna need... Let me guess. We've talked to her before. She can't keep... Believe me. Just get out of here.
Nicely done. I'm going.
Alright.
promote yourself. I can feel it.
Ooh.
Hey, you! This area is for authorized personnel only. You're not supposed to be here, are you? I guess that's what I was wondering. When you put it that way, it does sound pretty... Still, you should go. I don't think the other guards will...
Testing ongoing, but so far we've had little success in adjusting the hibernation process to safely allow long-term subject storage and revival. Short of major breakthrough, we'll have to hope they have more success next door with the reviving formula. Alright, I'll be able to get into that one pretty easily.
No problem. I'll head over.
Live human trials. The addition of dimethylene sulfoxide to the current round of tests has resulted in some improvements. Subjects are showing improved circulation and increased neural activity. However, our formula is still missing something. We are still unable to fully revive subjects from long-term hibernation, and removing their supply of dimethylene sulfoxide results in their rather excruciating death. The problem is compounding when we consider reviving and freezing subjects multiple times over their lives. To make matters worse, we've had a hard time securing additional dimethylene sulfoxide. We may have to make do with this batch. Yeah, this next objective is to transfer it on the computer and may result in invalidation of experiment results and the death of human test subjects. Further information: sudden withdrawal from dimethylene sulfoxide is highly lethal and will result in cancellation of any progress in experiment. Experimental integrity and test subject vitality can be maintained by leaving a 73.629% concentration in circulation. Well, it's like on the off chance that their experiment is successful, you could just transfer a certain percentage. You could just transfer 26.371%. But I think Wells will be more successful with it. So even though it does mean the subjects will die, it's still not worth it. So, lifetime employment program objectives: to repeatedly revive human subjects from extended hibernation without causing the death of the human subject and the loss of associated productivity. Results inconclusive. Prognosis cautiously optimistic. Transfer all of it. That being said, I think on the evil playthrough I'll do something not quite as bad, but also still potentially detrimental. Anyway. We'll transfer all of it. Oh shit, I just realized all of them are dying though. I didn't think it was going to be that many. Shit.
Something on your mind?
I don't have anything to say.
Something you need?
Lawbreaker! I saw that! Trespassing in the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is punishable by death. You've got one chance to explain why I shouldn't blow you away right now. Hang on. Haven't I seen you somewhere before? I know. You were in some of the demo footage. For that new picture they're filming. You were incredible. I really want to see it. And I know it hasn't been finished yet.
Possible mission.
Tell you what. I'll let you go this one time. But you've got to go pronto. Okay?
Alright. You're the man. Man. Mission possible. So that's pretty cool. That was actually the perfect time for that to happen too, because the guard had like a cool story, like, "Hey, because you're in that movie." Now, if I didn't do that, it probably would be pretty lame. Well, it might still be kind of cool, but it wouldn't be as cool. So it seems like on the first time that they're not very suspicious. The second time they're a little more suspicious, but you can use your dialogue skills to get out of it. And then the third time you still have to use your dialogue skills to get out of it, but they actually kind of are on to you, and they just, like, yeah, it's really hard to talk your way out that time. We'll worry about this retirement district later, because we're probably going to be back in Byzantium at some point. Well, I don't know. It's probably pretty small. Let's try taking care of it now. Wonder if he's still in here. No, he's...
Remember that stranger I saw in the square? You know, the one traveling.
Oh, they're filthy, but oh, they're probably talking about me. I didn't read that dialogue.
Advice?
last of them.
Finally. Is it just me, or
Was this wall not here before? Or this hole in the wall? I'm guessing that's something I can give to Felix. Yeah. I'm wondering what the consequences would be if I didn't get the full canister. Part of the other reason I wasn't originally planning on doing this quest just yet is I figured, okay, so even if it's not very big, there's still a high likelihood I'll meet somebody in here that will give me another quest. I'm not really sure I'm ready to take on more quests at this moment.
Welcome to the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Early Retirement Center.
Never mind, it's small. Man, that's a lot of fast travel points.
You, the lucky few, have been selected to spend the rest of your days living the high life in your own private district in Byzantium.
So fun fact number 1, you're special. Each month, hundreds of thousands of workers apply to the early retirement program from across the Halcyon system. That doesn't just include workers on Terra 2, but those who live on the Groundbreaker or Hephaestus as well. Even after weeding out undesirable or unqualified candidates, only 2.3% of these entrants are selected for early retirement. I sure hope you bragged to your neighbors before you left. Way to overcome the odds, champ.
You arrive, you'll be whisked away to your very own luxury penthouse, furnished exclusively by 24/7 Furniture's deluxe Falscowood collection.
Okay, early retirement fun fact number 2. Did you know the early retirement selection system is the most rigorous cutting-edge lottery system in the entire galaxy? Here's how it works. Each candidate's name is printed on a plastic ball. The plastic ball is placed in an advanced turbo encabulator with thousands of others. A team of advanced automechanicals operate a complex series of pulleys at random. The balls are funneled through the turbo encabulator into an inserostor tube. They are then launched at a specially designed accuracy matrix. The first ball that aligns with the center of the accuracy matrix is the winner for the day. By using this method, the Halcyon Holdings Corporation ensures that all early retirees are selected with complete impartiality and minimal collateral damage.
Some assembly required. 24/7 Furniture is not responsible for any injury, psychological damage, or divorce litigations that occur during the assembly process.
Oh, I should read fun
After
fact.
you get settled in, you'll have the chance to explore your new home.
So, fun fact number 3, we're sure that all of you had a wonderful time completing your early retirement application forms, but we know that even something like paperwork can get a little old after 87 pages. Fortunately, we're pleased to inform you that your hard work was all worth it. By knowing details like your shoe size, blood type, and dental history, we can properly customize your early retirement just for you. Every detail will be tweaked and adjusted to fit your unique needs, just like how Hammersmith weapons are built to fit each customer's personal style of combat. What you want, Hammersmith.
Why not go for a bite?
The Early Retirement Center is the safest place in the entire system. Not a single crime has been committed within its walls since its construction. Wow. This is all thanks to the hard work of the men and women in black and white Universal Defense Logistics. Each and every day, UDL, Universal Defense Logistics, that's what it is, okay. Security, protect the citizens of Byzantium, shielding them from harm. No dissidents run wild under their watch. So rest easy, early retirees. You're under the watchful eye of UDL security. Whether you're out and about or relaxing at home, UDL is watching you.
At one of our many
That's very
restaurants,
something.
like CNP's Blazing Borscht Barbecue or Rizzo's All-You-Can-Crunch Cereal Buffet.
Early retirement fun fact number 5. Here's Byzantium. Auto mechanicals will make your life cleaner, easier, and more efficient, just as they do in the rest of the city. Teams of auto mechanicals regularly sweep through the streets of the early retirement district to give it that classic Byzantium sheen, but that's not all. They'll attend to your personal needs as well. Want to order a drink? They'll bring you one right to your table. Make a mess in your new penthouse? They'll clean it up for you. Why, they'll even carry your luggage once it has been cleared by security and released from our customs warehouse, of course. So if you see 700 pounds of steel lumbering towards you, don't panic. You probably just dropped one of your Happy Dale farm woolly curds. Whoops. Don't worry. I'm sure it's still good.
Or maybe you'd like to head to the bar and enjoy an ice-cold zero-G brew by Spacer's Choice.
Early retirement fun fact number 6. The early retirement program is the personal brainchild of Minister of Earth Aloysius Clark, endorsed by Chairman Charles Rockwell. Minister Clark and Chairman Rockwell share a vision that every worker in Halcyon has a fair chance to experience the beauty and luxury of Byzantium. So before you step onto that elevator and embrace your retirement, remember to say thank you, Minister Clark. You wouldn't be here without him.
Zero-G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Although in the early retirement district, nothing will. All this and more will be complimentary for the entirety of your stay, courtesy of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. You won't have to spend a bit. So relax, grab a refreshment from one of our vending machines, and enjoy our specially constructed welcome center.
Okay, welcome to the HAC Early Retirement Center. Before beginning your new life in Byzantium, our safety regulations require you to consent to the following. You hereinafter referred to as the employee consent to the rules and regulations of the Halcyon Holding Company Early Retirement Center, herein referring to as the center. The employee confirms that they have read and understand the rules of the center as written in Article 3, Section 5, Clause 27 of the Early Retirement Welcome Packet. The employee also confirms that they received this packet en route to the center. In the unlikely event of injury, death, or the loss of personal items, the employee assumes all liability for the incident. The Halcyon Holdings Corporation and its subsidiaries bear no responsibility for the incident and offer no compensation. Should the center recover any lost or stolen goods, the employee must receive them or retrieve them within 48 hours, or their goods will be forfeit. If the employee is having second thoughts about living out the rest of their lives in unparalleled luxury, then they may exit the terminal and return to the center's landing bay. There, the employee may turn in their winning early retirement ticket and await the next outbound transport. Don't worry, that ticket won't go to waste. It will be given to another deserving worker to keep the center's inbound population at ideal levels. Otherwise, if the employee is ready to begin with the final leg of their early retirement journey and enjoy all the center has to offer, please select I consent. Congratulations! You just made the first step on the greatest journey of your life. Now please proceed to the elevator. Your early retirement awaits.
While you're here, be sure to check out the displays for some fun facts about the early retirement program and selection process. Then, once you're ready, enter the elevator at the end of the hall and leave your troubles behind.
Oh, that's why I raised the map and determined it was going to be small. Oh, shit.
Should that elevator go back up?
Oh. Uh-oh. Hopefully it will transport them to me. Oh, there they are. Okay.
Returning to normal protocol.
Refund request, TNL shot cannon. I would like to formally request a refund on my TNL shot cannon. You advertise it as the most reliable tool for disabling rude or disobedient automechanicals. But if you load it with an energy cell that is covered in your own blood, it misfires. I've used TNL weapons exclusively for 7 years, but if this matter is not resolved, then you'll have lost another customer. You will also have lost another customer if I die, so you better hope I can get this blood back into my body. I'll probably shut them all down from here. Yep. Note, due to the nature of this assignment, auto mechanicals and HHC Early Retirement Center were not constructed with a standard maintenance mode or IFF transmitter corresponder. You'll be pleased to know that this saves 200 bits per unit, but please note that any injuries sustained during routine repairs will come out of your paycheck. Thanks for being a part of the UDL team. Unseal hatch. This goes to the maintenance tunnels, lady. It's quite a few of them. I doubt any of them have anything on them. Yeah. There's not even actually any point of going out here. Can't go through there though. Oof. Okay, thank goodness that just bounced me and didn't kill me. Well, at least now the early retirees will not be killed immediately. Oh, it shut down all these too, thank goodness.
Unexpected noise identified.
Guess I'll wait to tinker on the shot cannon too. And it goes the harder way. It's just a storage closet. Okay, we'll go for about 30 more minutes here and then in the stream. This will in a way be the 11th stream that I've done, but I'm just going to consider it part 2 of the 10th.
Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't... I must admit, I'm getting a certain thrill out of our little arrangement. If this goes well, perhaps I'll start hiring wandering delinquents to handle all... It is going well, I hope.
So, I could do that. So I don't really like her. But... well, she can go see for herself. She won't die.
I knew it. I just knew it. What a disaster. Did you get a good look around? What was it like? Truly? Why, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I can't believe they kept this from us. From me. The nerve. The audacity. Here, take your payment. I have to fetch my things. I don't care what I have to do. They'll give me luxury or give me death.
Her words.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry, she's not gonna die. I made sure that nobody else would die. Not unless they turn the stuff back on.
Something on your mind?
Plus, it's not like telling her would get... I don't think she'd get the word out. They'd think, oh, she's a crazy person, and the board would have her silenced and killed anyway, so... At least this way nobody else is gonna die, at least for a while.
What's gotten into Bach, Mike?
No, hold on. I'm just gonna fast travel to the unreliable. Alright, so then now we're gonna go to, let's see, Groundbreaker, or we could go to Edgewater, I guess. Yeah, Edgewater's here on Terra 2, so we'll go to Edgewater first.
I believe you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. When you cut off power to Edgewater, you saved me a great deal of trouble. Now I don't have to bother trying to save that town. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
I was hoping to end the call on my terms. At least now I have the code in the event that I need to change of plans.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Maybe I'll go accept that quest then for what's his face. Tell him I know where Wells is, because it doesn't seem to have much repercussions. I mean, somebody. I don't know exactly. She works for the board nonetheless, so it's fine. will be over soon enough. Sound like it was just going to be a little bit north, but it's way north. Whatever.
Okay. Make him don't mess with us.
There's probably a location down here. Seems like it at least.
Doing this.
I've never actually been down here this close to the lava. Oof. It's a big one. I can't tell where the head is. There we go.
Good. A nice warm-up.
Okay, I thought that was going to be a much more difficult fight than it was.
We hope you've enjoyed your trek across the breathtaking landscape of Emerald Vale, Terra 2's most fertile settlement and future breadbasket of Halcyon. Take a moment to enjoy this vista with a can of Spacer's Choice Saltuna before you make your way to Mighty Scylla, Halcyon's biggest asteroid.
Alright. You've been going for about another hour and 15 minutes. So.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
I swear, next time we put in the groundbreaker, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask her over. Oh, I'm so nervous. Having trouble focusing on my work.
Well, we're going to groundbreaker next, so.
If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of... Take care. Destination reached. The groundbreaker.
All right. She's on her way. How do I look?
Cleaner. Maybe. Yeah, she didn't never looked that dirty in the first place, but yeah, it looked terrific.
Oh, my hands have finally stopped shaking.
Jin Lee was
All
the
right,
one that had like
Deep
smudge of
breath.
grease on her face.
Here I go.
Alright, fine, let's do this stupid bisexual or lesbian date thing. Get this stupid thing out of the way with. Here I go. Why did it put me there? I wonder if that was a bug.
You got a second?
No, hold on. Ellie's sleeping.
If we wanted
Sure.
the board's attention, we got options. Piracy, vandalism, maybe some... We want to put some fear in the board, right? Get him scared of us. I want to believe you, but the adjutant didn't seem too scared of us. You just got an audience with Sophia Conde. That's the adjutant to the chairman? You sure we should be trusting her? Working for the board always costs more than it pays. No job's worth your principles.
That's true. Probably should pick the other option on the bottom, but... Bog Sawyer.
It was? No one's told me that before. I mean, yeah, I know we're freelancers and all.
Yeah, I've already
we
thought
take work
about
where
it.
we can find it. But we gotta be vigilant. This is how the board gets you. A job here, an errand there. Before you know it, you're calling him sir and ma'am. Just trying to watch out for you, boss. I appreciate your time. Let's get back to it.
Hopefully I didn't just interrupt her sleep for nothing.
Something on your mind?
Thing I did. Sorry, Ellie.
Hey, Cap.
If I still believed in the grand plan, a revelation like this would have seriously shaken my faith. Knowing you, I can only assume you have already begun formulating a plan to deal with this. So tell me, what are we going to do?
Well, always, give me some more information.
Yes, of course. And when you do, you can count on me to back your play. Your ability to talk us out of even the most hopeless situations hasn't failed us so far. Anything you'd like to discuss?
Anyhow, so I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I ain't need your help. I can do it on my lonesome.
What did he say to that?
Have at it then. And he handed me his favorite wrench.
See, she didn't even clean up.
He was probably half as tall as I was.
Look at that.
He didn't scold you for talking back to him?
Nah, he was never like that. I always thought it was funny when I get indignant about something. Then he'd watch me do whatever it was, make sure I didn't get hurt, but he'd never interfere. I learned a lot that way.
I wish I could have met him. Anyone who helped shape you must have been a special person.
Alright.
My father and I were often at loggerheads. He had notions of how the station should be run, and I had others. He was fond of...
See, it did do a save, but it still counts it as botched. Oh, no, I shouldn't go down the list to complete. That's going to take too long. See, which I did.
Thing. You think Groundbreaker pays for itself? Someone's got to cover the bills. When I chafed against his deference to the board.
Sounds like he was afraid of him.
He was, and he was right to be. Didn't mean I had to like it.
Sorry, am I in your way? We'll get the kitchen back to you soonish, promise. What about your mama? I don't mean to pry, you just hardly mention her, and
I wonder if it was supposed to...
She passed when I was small. Taught me how to change a fuse on her deathbed. Even sick, she was patient with me. She kept exhaustive journals of my childhood, my father said.
I'm going to unplug the mic so I can hear this.
She was A/B testing child rearing.
I'm going to go do something.
Must be you got that exacting nature from her.
Exacting is a kind way to put it. Inflexible, my father would have said. Bull-headed. Cold.
If you're cold, then I'm the void of space. Cold. That's the silliest thing I ever heard.
Thank you.
Well, that didn't go on nearly as long as I expected.
You've got a capable crew. That speaks well of your leadership.
June, call me pretty.
Captain.
Look at me. All dressed up for once.
I could see why Parvati seems so happy here.
I could see why Parvati seems so happy here. That was a bit too enunciated robotic sound.
Isn't this swell?
Alright, I guess that's it. I don't think there's any other... Hopefully there's no other objectives that I have to complete. Pretty sure that should be the end of that quest. Alright. That'd be good enough. I just don't want to take Parvati on accident. Or take Parvati and have it screw things up. Because if the quest is... If I can still complete the quest, I want it to just... You know... Want it to work out okay. I don't want to... Like, take it with me and have it... Where it would normally fail the quest. I'm pretty sure as soon as, like... As soon as you go attend the dinner... It finishes. the quest, or it might even be as soon as it goes to that black loading screen and puts me in my room.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
Have you tried our... Don't take much. Have a look.
We got a 3% more. Sell those at some other shop. Trying to find. Probably won't have
Terra-fried
any.
spratwurst, battered and fresh from the grinder.
Maybe this guy has.
Welcome. Looking.
Mixed use outfit, maybe. Nah. What does this say? That's streetwear basic. Wait. Medium weight leather spacers gear. So I think I'll buy this one. This is the same one. I could just take it off Felix, but I think I'll get a second one just for the heck of it. That should be the gear that I need.
Following that series? The Hunt for the Wimbrook?
You know, I'd been assuming this entire stay on your ship thing isn't a permanent arrangement. Part of my contract? That said, you ain't been eaten or shot to death yet. Says a lot about the stability of your future. And to be honest, I'm about sick of sleeping on bar stools. So how's about this? You keep letting me stay on that ship of yours, and I'll keep shooting at the things you point at. Outstanding.
Is it done? Well, damn. Contractor grew a conscience. As your employer, I'm both angry and disappointed. I'll add that to your file. Technically, I owe you an exit interview. Care to justify your betrayal of our species? Or are we finished here? You're awfully quick to trust someone who offed her colleagues and called it a good start. Out of my office. We're done.
This is why I always ask for half my payment up front.
I like her, Captain. Let's go before we have to paint this office with her blood.
Pay me first.
I said, get out.
Whatever. I wonder if there's another contract in it after that. It's probably not. Plus, I don't think the... Yeah. What? I think Sublight was at 0%. Oh, 4% negative reputation. Woohoo. Big deal. The board is feeling super mixed about me right now.
C&D worst. It's not the worst unless it's worst.
So...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball Finals.
Hello. Welcome to the office of the representative of Halcyon Holdings here on Groundbreaker.
I just
How might I
realized that
assist
they
you
changed
today?
him.
My sincerest apologies, but I'm afraid I don't understand. Other guy? Regretfully, that name doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, knock it
Now,
off.
if you have nothing further, please excuse yourself.
Okay, so... Shit, that kind of sucks. I wonder at what point he disappeared. Probably just... like... then. Probably shortly after... I'm sure when I landed on Byzantium, he was probably still here.
I am the board's representative here on Groundbreaker. You may call me Mr. Silva, or Sir, whichever you prefer. If you're asking why he no longer sits at this desk, that's simple enough. His employment with Halcyon Holdings was terminated. If you're instead inquiring as to the precise location of his body, well, that I do not know.
Yeah, he's dead.
May I help you with anything else?
Who had him killed?
I haven't asked, nor do I care to know. I heard screams, in point of fact, from down the waste disposal hall. Now you know as much as I do. I hope this information satisfies your curiosity. Good day.
Because I could have got that quest to get his thing back for 8,000 bits from Gladys or whatever the heck her name is. I don't remember.
never see us.
They got the drop on us.
Yeah, but we're good.
Nimble? Hey, how'd you get back there?
Oh, don't mind me.
It get cooler in here? I swear they had the heat turned. Ellie, my mind, but it's been a while. How's that whisper muzzle working out for you?
I sold it. Didn't seem to make me any quieter.
That mod was for your gun, not your smart mouth.
You want to bust my chops? Do it over drinks next time I'm on station.
Please don't mind her. Everything I sell works as advertised. Some people just like to sass me, because I don't bite back.
Alright.
That's not possible. Sure.
Alright, we'll be on our way.
Right there.
Your back shot, asshole!
Hell of a kill.
Who you calling an asshole? No, it's just kind of weird how that works out. Well, let's see if we can find his corpse somewhere here. Wait a second. Oh yeah, okay. Stoop door. Yeah, it all makes sense now. Damn it. Yeah, they killed him. Fuck. Alright.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed? Talk to your local
Hello
manager
again.
about
I
applying
haven't
for
a moment to
military
spare for
training
you just
and
The board's gonna pay now.
Do you know what's happening on Terra 1?
Yep, glad it's
Gracious. I would want a charming copper kettle off that girl.
Well, This is like the next step anyway, I think. It's like there'd be 2 quests, or maybe like 1 quest that would have... Anyway. If I did it for Udon Bedford, it's like, would basically eventually lead me to this quest. Alright, we'll return to Phineas now, and then that'll be the end of this stream.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, there's...
You ever notice how our crew's a lot like that crime family from The Masked Marketeer?
Okay, but who's
Alright.
Okay, Captain, she's gone.
Okay. Before you say anything, I want to be clear that I'm done running around for you.
No need to worry about that, Captain. So she got here, and the first thing she said was, "Oh, you smell nice, like mock apples." And I was like, "Yeah, new soap." And then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard. Then I led her into the kitchen. I think she about cried when she saw the spread.
See, I was gonna say, at least presumably they didn't have any kind of sexual intercourse, so maybe it's not that bad after all. But I don't know, this kind of implies that maybe, but then no, she says she doesn't like that, so yeah, it's probably not too bad. We'll just treat it as like a non-lesbian date. It's just 2 women having dinner and talking, I guess.
Well, sure you could see, but I thought maybe you'd want to know some of what was said.
Well,
You ain't much of a romantic, huh, Captain? We both see enough engines in our day-to-day. There's nothing special about sitting next to another one, even if ours is real sweet. June hardly ever makes it down to Groundbreaker's mess during regular meal times, so sharing the kitchen was special.
I thought maybe this was
being part of a real family.
Like, presuming I didn't go to it because I never heard music playing.
She stood stock still and just said, "Oh, real soft." Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. And then she blinked and said, "Is that dustback casserole?" I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live monarch person.
See, the thing is, we first should have been clear. It's like, this is, I mean, it's not for a wedding, but it's for a lesbian date. Are you okay with baking this casserole? And then, you know, if he's like, "No, I don't support that," we'd be like, I respect that. Okay, we'll find somebody else. As it should be. I wasn't sure about the guy, but the end result was good.
Well, we talked a bunch over dinner about the things we learned just through messages, stuff we repaired, how I taught her to salvage and she taught me to build. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little teary, said she had a thing she needed to say. But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I never felt so bold, Captain. One of us has got to be. We're both... June's so reserved and I'm so shy. I worried if I never said anything, nothing would ever get said, you know? I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted. Strong. Smarter and kinder than I am on my lonesome. I listed all the things I liked about her. And then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked about the things she admired about me, like my cleverness and my humor, and how it made her want to be more open.
Probably just to, like, read off of, because she was nervous, I guess. But I'll do this one, I guess.
She was worried she wouldn't get the words out right.
Yeah.
Especially after that message about Isabel. It's sweet. Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend. And Captain, she said yes! We talked about it some. I told her I wasn't sure how it would work, how I've had a bad time
Well,
with
good.
it in the
Don't do
past.
it. Don't.
She said we'll take it as it comes. Fix things together.
I mean, it's her decision,
Share
but don't.
meals, talk. Maybe she could rub my shoulders when they're sore. I said I might like that. Nope. You've been real patient, Captain. Thanks. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour.
Unless that's the end of the quest, that's possible. I wonder if she's gonna go to the engine room or her room, like she said. Ah! She said she was gonna go to her room and happy scream. But nope, she's going to the engine room instead to do some work. That's right. That's right, back to work, enough play. Got a ship to run. Well, I'd be like probably almost halfway through level 29 if that had counted. Or if I got all the rewards for that quest. Alright.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Good to see you, boss.
Something on your mind?
Just want to see if anybody else has anything they want to...
Yes, you caught me ruminating. What's occupy?
Weigh in on with the whole whatever.
Dust accumulation analysis 2.5 year.
Remember that you are not insured.
All right. So next stream, which will be tomorrow, probably tomorrow evening. It'll be Thursday evening. Or well, evening or afternoon. Well, it'll probably at least be earliest noon that I start streaming. So.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see.
And how are we going to provide for food for even more colonists, though?
Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause.
Well, I never...
That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers.
Oh, we have chemicals.
None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
Now, he said that they were going to, like, he was going to freeze them and then they'd all die or something like that. But then, it's like, by freezing them, do they mean, like, putting them in a cryosleep? Because if that's the case, that actually seems like the best bet because they're running low on food, so they can't feed everybody. So they have to do something to keep people from starving to death. And I don't see how reviving the Hope's colonists is going to help unless we can, like, I don't know, we basically need that researcher to come here, work with Phineas. The thing is, we never even told her where to find them, so, like, that was kind of a whole stupid encounter in the first place, in a way. But I'm sure the game will kind of do some hand-waving, and she'll end up discovering Phineas's lab, or, well, I guess technically she doesn't have to go to Phineas's lab. She's just, because that would be kind of dangerous. But she's going to work with him remotely, so.
Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's
So that should allow us to, if she succeeds, then we won't need food, humans won't need as much food, or at least not the same type of nutrients that they did on Earth.
Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish?
That's true.
You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly 0 progress.
That's true, but I want to What makes him say that
I
exactly?
used to work for these people. I'm intimately familiar with the utter incompetence of the board's own scientists. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
Makes sense.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan is crazy. Isn't it wonderful? You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. Certainly. How can I help? Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk.
This is the other thing I was thinking about.
You'll be fine.
Board seemed like they'll descend on it or ascend to it immediately.
Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors. It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. You absolutely should. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time.
Clever. Very clever.
The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly nasty defenses. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses. Certainly. How can I help?
Well, now, see, if this darn Parvati quest would have worked, I would already be at level 30. It just sucks that it's bugged like that. Maybe they'll come out with a patch for it tomorrow, and it will all be fixed, and it will give me a bunch of XP. Alright, what did I need? Science? Yeah, science. There we go. Skilled. Raise the skill to level 100. Alright, so now I can do all the tinkering that I want too. Where's his terminal? It's this, oh yes, it's this one over here. Board surveillance protocol failed. Signal fidelity has been compromised. This terminal will attempt to establish a new connection once every cycle. Dang it. Did that not work?
That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
Made it sound like it didn't work. Let's see if they
Something you need?
say no.
So we're really gonna do this? I've seen lots of crazy, Captain, but Phineas is in a class of his own. Do you really think he knows what he's doing? Sending us to skip the Hope into Terra 2's orbit right under the board's nose?
Well, I think he's a best shot. I don't trust him entirely, but it's...
There's a sobering thought.
I don't know.
Makes me want to drink.
Everything seems to check out, so...
I think this whole plan's insane. But it'll make a good story, you know, if we survive. Speaking of, I get that Phineas thinks he's saving the colony, but what about you? Why risk your neck on this crazy scheme? Coming from anyone else, that would sound like a line from one of those Odeon Pictures movies. But I think you really mean it. Still, all this depends on the other Hope colonists. Are they gonna pull us out of the shit? Or are we all just gonna leave a bigger, uglier stain on this corner of the galaxy?
It's true, but... At the same time, I'm not very optimistic at all either. I mean, this is basically kind of what I'm feeling, but
This is why I like you, Captain. Well, whenever you're ready to do this, I'm with you. Anything else? I'm a surgeon by training. Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of Spacer's Corona. Sure do. Some of it was even legal. There's a lot of business that goes through the Groundbreaker. I've done all types of work with all kinds of crews. If there's one thing you ought to know about me, it's that I won't tell you your business. Glad to hear it. No complaints here.
I was thinking maybe there was something else I could... Well, anyway, never mind. So we'll talk to Ada here. As far as I know, they haven't put a tracking device on my ship or anything. But I guess with giving them false coordinates, I think it'll eventually give them the correct coordinates. Or maybe it's like artificially making the signal weak, and that's why. So it's taking them a while to track it. I'm not exactly sure how this is working, but whatever Finney says is what's going to happen. So
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
I definitely won that round.
yeah, this again.
You always seem to, huh?
That's because I'm usually right.
Next time I work the scorecard.
Oh, that's right. I can tinker. Well, maybe we'll talk to Ada first.
Captain, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia
Keeps.
Conde.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony.
Oh, the board negative reputation decreased. The board are now agreeable. But then would it say, like, the board... I don't think it usually says the board positive reputation. I think it's just board reputation increase. Okay. That's interesting. I think it's the first time I've seen a decrease of the negative reputation.
Because I'm not in the business of arresting my own allies. You have my word. Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be a...
Mm-hmm.
Sending a corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
Level 29. Okay, let me grab all the science weapons now, too. I didn't want to...
I've shut off the visual feed from my ocular inputs in the captain's quarters, so you're free to disrobe whenever...
Yeah, thanks.
you'd like.
Actually, I'll grab that grenade launcher, too. Okay, it's going to be capped at 200 here. I think this might be the... No greater than 5 levels above your own. Alright, then. Alright, we're getting all these upgraded. This will probably drop us below 50,000. Oh, I accidentally picked up Old Reliable, that's why. Damn, that's getting expensive. Alright, almost done here. Still gonna cost a heck of a lot. I wish there was some quick way of telling who had what gun. What? There's no driver sight? Surprised I don't have a driver sight. It's going to cost a lot to bring our bodies up to that level. Alright, well, that's enough tinkering for now, I think. Oh, we gotta modify it though. Gotta modify this side. Or both of these. Make to melt. That would be interesting. I think we'll just do... Oh, let's see, this one. For this magazine, I don't know, I mean, I might eventually want to make it corrosive. I don't really see a need for increased magazine size either, so we're just going to leave it like that for now. I don't see any reason to pop the 6x sight on there. Because this is 2x scope, and even that is, I think the extended sight and the exacta sight have about the same amount of zoom. But anyway. Let's see how much damage these do now. 388. Hey, this actually does more now. This is not the case, though. Did one of the science weapons not? Or is there only 5 science? I guess there's only 5. Now I'm thinking about it, yeah, I think there's only 5 at one point. I think I said there was 6, but pretty sure there's only 5. Hey, I'm his employee of the month. Dang. They're going to be even more pissed, though, when they find out that it was a trick. Well, actually, they won't tie it back to me, so that's actually really good for me. It's a good thing I mentioned it to him. So we got revering, 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 agreeable, friendly, neutral, revering, revering. That's pretty good. So I'll leave some of these behind. Yeah, I'll worry about that later. Just give him a better gun. I don't really have time for it right now. I should be able to mind control people with this. That would be interesting. So we're using these 4, which means the only ones we left behind are, well, it's just the glue guy. Just the glue gun. Alright, let's look at this one last time. Travel to Hope. Speak to Sophia. Okay, so I'm actually going to go and test this. Go to Scylla and do this thing first.
Destination reached.
Depends on what time
Scylla.
it is. Well, this stuff might all be fairly quick. We'll go to this beacon, do the thing, then we'll go. And the only reason I'm going to do this is, well, at this point it doesn't. I should have just ended it, right? Well, that would have been a terrible way to end it off. I was just wanting to get the trophy potential if we could finish Ellie's quest, and it would allow us to, or it would give us the trophy for completing all the quests, assuming that we'll still do that. Because we completed Parvati's quest, it just didn't track it in the quest log. But I'm guessing the trophy is based off of everything getting checked off in the quest log. That's probably how they wrote the code for it. So it's probably not, trophy's probably not going to ping. So I'll probably have to reload a previous save or just start the game over from scratch, but I'll reload a previous save and do it. So let me read this description for this again. Misfile form, put research specialization to marketing jingles and advanced top secret weapons research. Research group spends months incorporating their new marketing jingles into advanced weaponry and developed a mind control array. Once this was discovered, the entire facility was shut down. The personnel were reassigned to the most remote outpost corporate could find. That was kind of funny. That's cinema. Sounded like Auntie Cleo's. That was the main one I heard. It's better than nature. What the heck? Ooh. That's dangerous.
Scylla is our colony's busiest mining settlement. But don't take our word for it. Ask one of the hundreds of proud Hephaestus miners going about their work right now. You're in for a real treat, because our last stop takes us to a charming little village outside Stellar Bay, located on Terra 1.
Let's see if we can do all this before midnight. Probably not. 3 minutes. Be lucky if we even load into Stellar Bay by then. But we might be able to complete Ellie's quest and level up to level 30 when we do that.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay. Captain? We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
Alright, yeah, we'll be loading in at about midnight. Well, if Ellie's quest isn't complete within 10 minutes from now, I'm just going to shut it off. This has already been quite the long play session. I am getting a bit of a headache right now, and I've been fairly tired for about the last 15 to 20 minutes. Wonder if light ammo was over 10. Yep, it was over 10,000.
There, Miss.
I'll keep that one from Vicar Max until we find a level 2 heavy gun, or heavy machine gun. Another one, that is. These are exactly the same, they just do slightly different things. Probably should have picked that one up too, because it's pretty rare.
Welcome to Terra 1, the most Earth-like world in Halcyon. Take a moment to admire the triumph of civilization over nature. And while you're at it, say hello to the local settlers. We hope you've enjoyed this guided tour across the wonders of Halcyon. Please return to the Bureau of Exploration for a special prize.
Yeah, a couple of the quests here are starting to seem like they have a little bit of busy work. Like this one, mainly because I think they could have made it a little bit more interesting.
Knock, knock.
I'm gonna check in with Catherine again.
Speaking to my left ear, will you? Right one's damaged. Last week... Well?
Yeah, never nothing. So that's what this
I see
building
you're
was
still
really
in
here
one
for.
piece. However, you never know when that could change. Consider our accidentally torn into tiny fragments coverage. Note that all of your fragments must be recovered and must be smaller than a standard bit cartridge for the payouts to kick in. I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one.
Are you serious?
Well, we interviewed the parents extensively. They had plenty of awkward childhood stories that illustrated their daughter's clumsiness and capriciousness.
Hey, those are entirely made up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, probably all made up.
Furthermore, the claim spurred a whole line of fashion-related policies. It's become a very lucrative market.
Oh boy.
You can't, of course.
Now look what
Only
the
Miss
parents
Fenhill
did.
can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork.
This probably won't work. She's gonna be like, well, according to here, she's dead, so there's nothing we can do about it.
Of course she is. The paperwork says so.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to think she's dead in spirit, but technically, legally, and regretfully, I'm still Marilyn Fenhill.
That's impossible. By all accounts, she was an elegant and classy woman with impossibly fine bone structure. That couldn't possibly be you.
That's gotta be the nicest thing anyone's said to me in a long while.
Oh, you mean hypothetically? Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies.
All right, thank you very much,
And you'd
Miss Insurance
theoretically
Agent.
add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud.
Can she do it though? No, I like it. We'll do this. We won't intimidate her.
I think you have something in your eye. Perhaps I can interest you in our ocular abnormality coverage.
Oh, I guess that's good. Maybe she's being serious. Maybe she actually doesn't realize that I'm actually going to do it. But we'll intimidate her after all, I guess.
Please. My policy only covers paper cuts and wrist strain. Very well. I'll do it. But then you've got to go. Confrontations like this will raise my premiums. I'll need the name of the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the month. I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
I need a word. You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it. Being a surgeon out there isn't as great as it seems. At least half your day is paperwork and red tape. No amount of money is worth dealing with that. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs.
Real jobs, please.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to have the money too. Just don't ask me what I plan on doing with it.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, whatever. We'll let her have her moment.
If only you could have been my chief surgeon back in the day. Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee.
Framed insurance check, I see.
Don't make it weird. Even you've got to be in it for the money now and then. Why else would you go through all this trouble? You sure? Because my kind of friends will pick your pocket clean while they're getting hammered with you.
Actually, I'm gonna talk her, but also do her, but whatever.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get all mushy or anything. Still, maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day they watch yours.
Exactly.
So, you just keep the money. One of us has to look out for your interests. Don't mention it. Really. This feels weird enough as it is.
Level 30. Yep. Didn't work. Shoot, this sucks.
Something on your...
Yep. No trophy for completing all the companion quests, because the frickin' Parvati quest was messed up. Yeah, I guess I'll do it. Do it tomorrow. That was a lot of XP that we got through all that, so... But it looks like maybe there is no cap. So that's good. What else? What would be a good skill here? Put it all in the hack, I suppose. Just to make sure we get another perk out of it. perk, but yeah, sort of a perk. Alright, so there's that. Probably go straight there, but yeah, for right now, we're just gonna travel here, fly to Byzantium, and then get off the ship, which we'll have to obviously do again tomorrow, but we'll pick it up from there. Actually, it's today at this point. It's after midnight. I think it's before 12:30 still. Yeah, 12:15. So I just don't understand why they didn't get this Parvati quest bug fixed. This should have been...
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be
should
brought on
probably
board?
have been their
Who
very
keeps ordering these?
first quest, or very first...
I could probably spend...
What am I saying? Anyway, it should have been the top priority since the game came out, from what I can tell. Because it's the only bug that I've encountered.
We gotta talk about this.
Their only significant bug.
You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skip Job. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Get it? Hope? Like the ship. That's
Yeah,
what folks
I
in the
got it.
business call wordplay. Nothing gets past you, boss. In fact, I've been thinking about what we'd call our adventure serial. Thrilling Tales of the Unreliable. Or maybe Spine-Chilling Stories from the Edge of the System. Was also considering Astounding Adventures in the Ether. I'm partial to that last one.
The Adventures of Martin T. Archer and Company. I don't actually prefer that one. It's too cheesy. Like, well, it's not even a good... It's like Martin T. Archer and Company. It's like, I don't know, it's like the company. It's kind of tacked on.
Yeah, we got a job to do. We're hijacking a lost colony ship and slamming it right into the rings of Terra 2. Stealing the hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. This is gonna be great. I can't wait. Come on, boss. We're not gonna die horribly. It'd kill our ratings. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing my signature dropkick. The Hope might have cameras.
Oh, he's already pretty good at it.
Hey, Cap.
Something on your mind?
Alright then.
As always, I am at anything you'd like to
Alrighty then.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? I request you do.
Wait, what was
Welcome
the
back.
other?
How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you? How can I? I'll be here. We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Let's make sure I have all the... So we'll start out, I was thinking about maybe doing it right now, but we're going to have to go through some more load screens, so I'm not going to deal with it. But we're going to do these 2 tasks on the next stream. Then we'll go speak to Sophia, but I might reload a save beforehand if it means progressing this quest puts the kept secret but not forgotten in jeopardy. But before I do that, and earlier in the day, I will be replaying all the stuff in order to get Parvati's quest completed and get that trophy. So, but I'm going to be doing all that off stream because you guys have already seen it all. So, alright, well thank you for anybody who watches this at any point. And maybe we'll also try to remember to do the stuff for the crew. Actually, hold on. There we go. And we'll sell that, I guess. There we go, we got a save. So we'll just leave it right there. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow. You might even be able to finish the game tomorrow. I'm not quite sure how close it is, but we shall see. So have a good one. And see you in the next stream. Oops.